In this box I've got a fully enclosed Class 1 laser from TOOCAA. It's the L2, it's a 20 watt laser. In this video I want to do a nice project using this machine, so you can see all the features on the machine and what it's capable of. If you want to find out, stick around. I will start with a quick unboxing first and then continue with the project. This is the laser unit. As mentioned, this is a 20 watt laser. It's a USB-C connector, so that's a universal connector. Very nice is that you can just remove the safety cover. It's magnetically attached. I like that very much. If you want to align, you can just take it off and clip it on when you need it. 20 watts, integrated focus handle, air assist connection for the nozzle. The only thing remaining in the box is the frame. I will put the box on the floor and I will take out the frame. So this is everything that's inside the box. As you can see, the frame is in one piece, so it's already pre-assembled. It's got a nice cable guide, so that's cool. This one is already tucked away, the connection for the laser. It's a USB-C connector, large V wheels. With the profile is integrated in the bridge, so that's very nice. This is covered for the most part, so yeah, it looks very well built. Nice and sturdy frame. I think next up I will do a quick assembly of the machine, and then we can do a nice project to see what it's capable of. So I have connected the air assist pump and also the fan, the hose, so everything is now connected. I did notice that the fan is directly powered by an adapter. It's not switched via the control board, so it's no automatic exhaust fan. And also the air pump is also directly connected to a power brick, so it's also not controlled via the software. There is a knob over here. You can control the airflow and turn it on and off, but it's not done so by the software. So the thing I like a lot about this enclosure is the color of the acrylic. It's pretty light, so you can see what you're doing, but still a Class 1 laser, so it's still safe. And I like the gas struts a lot. If you open it, you can see the lid will remain where it is. You don't need to hold it or put it all the way down. You cannot put it halfway, but it's still nicely balanced. So let me turn it on. It's alive. It's alive, it's alive, it's alive. There's a LED bar in the front, so it will tell you green is okay, you can start. If it turns red, there's an alert, so if the laser is on, you will see it turning red. So yeah, you know that it's operating. And there's not a normal key in this machine like you have with some machines that you can lock it. There's a USB stick. So this little key needs to be inserted, otherwise the machine will not work. If you remove it, oh, you can see it starts beeping and turning red. That means it's not able to operate correctly. Let me put it back, turn it back on. Also the LED lights all the way around, so in the back and on the side, so nicely done. Yeah, I think next up I will connect it to LightBurn, install it, and then we can start working with the machine. Now that the machine is fully assembled and also connected to LightBurn, first thing I always do in a new machine is create test sheets. Here you've got the one for cutting. You can see the power setting versus the speed setting, and you can see with this machine at 80% you can cut up to 500 millimeters a minute, 90% 600, and 100% 700 millimeters a minute. This is 3 millimeter plywood, so you need to create these ones for each material that you're using. But it's easy to have these sheets at hand if you want to do a project and you need to determine the correct speed settings versus power. So that's why I'm keeping these ones. I always write down the model on the back. I also got one for engraving. Here I started off with 2000 millimeters a minute and went up to 18,000 millimeters a minute. But based on the sheet you can clearly see that this is burnt. So I could easily start much higher, maybe at 4,000 or 5,000 millimeters a minute. And then go all the way up to maybe 24,000 or even higher. And based on this sheet you can see if you want to have a certain color or maybe a certain depth. Here you can see it's much deeper than when you're going up in speed or lower power. So this is very easy to have and keep at hand for your projects. So I also want to show you this. I think it's good to see. Here I've got the air assist on. Let me put it here. And on this side I've got the air assist off. And you can clearly see when you're doing cutting and you have the air assist on, it's much cleaner than when you have it off. On the other hand, if you are engraving the letters air assist, if you have it off, it's cleaner than when you have it on. Over here you see a little bit of these spots. So it's always best to have the air assist off when you're doing engraving, and during cutting you need to have it on. However, I always leave my air assist on, but as you can control the airflow, I will put it at the lowest setting during the engraving. So I still have a nice and clean engrave, but I have less chance of getting some dirt on my lens. So that's why I leave it on. But here you can clearly see the difference in on and off. Also did a quick little test. You can see this little hanger. You can clearly see the depth of the engrave. The letters are really popping up. So that's yeah, nice first try. So next up, now that everything is set, I want to do a nice project, a Christmas project with the new machine. And then I can, once it's done, I can tell you more about the machine, what I think about it, how it handles. So what I'm going to create is this Christmas house. It will be a 6-layer design. So I will start the cutting of all the parts. Then we're going to paint them, glue them together, and have a nice end result. At least that's the idea. So that's up next, cutting all the parts in LightBurn using the TOOCAA L2. So all the parts are cut. I've got all the 6 layers over here. First impression on the machine is very positive. I really like the speed of the gantry, and also it runs really smooth. The fan works great at the back. Besides being a very large fan, it also has a very high RPM. So it does make a little bit more noise than the average fan, but it really works very well. Even though it's open on the front and the back, on the sides I mean, there's no smoke coming out, only clean air is being sucked in, and the rest will be vent out via the exhaust pipe. I like the status bar on the front. Now the machine is ready for operation, it will be solid green. If it's in operation, it will flash blue, probably because it's a blue diode. So you know the machine is in operation and the laser is on. If there's an alert or maybe a notification, it will flash and beep red. So let me show you. If I press the gantry back to the end stop, you will hear and see it beeps and it flashes red, meaning there's something going on and you need to check. Let me turn it off and turn it on again. Another nice feature is the button on the front. If you have an SD card inserted, you can use the button to frame and also to start the engrave or cutting. And also when it's not inserted, you can use this one to home the machine. If I press it now, you will see the machine homes itself. So it's another nice extra feature. So to continue with the project, I will move the camera to an upright position. I will start the painting. I already selected the right colors for this one. I will be using acrylic paint again, as I many times do. Once everything is painted, we need to glue everything together, and we've got another nice project finished. So let's continue with the painting first. So all the layers are painted, as you can see. I kept this color scheme, so the red, yellow, brown, green, white and black. I think it will be nice when you combine it together. Some of the layers, like this one for instance, I didn't fully paint because it will be partially covered anyway by the next layer. So it doesn't make sense to paint all the parts that are not visible anymore. On the other hand, this one for instance, I used a roller to apply it. Then it's just easier to do the whole layer. Even though some of the parts will be covered, it's more difficult to try to leave certain parts open than it's just to fully cover it. This one, the top layer, it's a really thin layer, as you can see. I will not be gluing this one using super glue because I think it's very difficult to apply. It will probably stick to my fingers and rip it apart. So I will be using some wood glue and a roller to apply it. Also, by using wood glue, you have a little bit longer open time, so you can adjust it a little bit longer, and it will not stick immediately. So next up, I will do a dry assembly so you can see what it will look like when it's fully assembled. And then I will glue everything together using the super glue and the wood glue, and then we have another project finished. So I have finished my first project using the TOOCAA L2. It's a fun little Christmas house. It's a 6-layer design and the machine performed really well. No complaints there. A nice and clean cut on both the front and the back. If you want to build this one yourself, I will leave a link in the description of this video where you can find it. So just check it out. I have moved the TOOCAA L2 next to my X4 Pro. So these ones will be my main machines for the coming days, weeks, maybe even months. So what do I think about the TOOCAA? First impression so far, it's a well-built machine. It's a very solid machine, a very smooth operation as well. The gantry moves really smooth. I like the fact that it's got this status bar on the front. You can easily see if it's running, if it's on standby or has an error. I like the fact that you can also control the machine from the front button. Either you can fully control it if you have inserted an SD card, and you can do the framing and the cutting or engraving via the button, or you can just move the gantry to its home position. If I compare it to this one, I do like this acrylic a little bit better, because this one is lighter. So with this machine it's a little bit more difficult to see during operation, where this machine is, you can easily see it. It's got some nice LED lighting all the way around. Even if I turn off the lights, you can clearly see inside of the machine, so that's nice. But this machine has got the control panel on the front, and also got this drawer, so you have easy access to your honeycomb bed. If you want to clean it, take it out, or remove some particles, this is easier than this machine. You need to open it and then you can do so. Not a big deal, but yeah, it's just a little difference between the machines. I like these gas cylinders on this one. It will hold the lid open, where this machine you need to hold it open by hand or move it all the way to the back, then it will remain open. So that's nice. This machine also has got some cable guides on the right, so all the air assist hose and the cables are nicely tucked away. It is a pretty large machine. The enclosure is pretty deep. So what I've done, I have moved the fan, which is normally placed at the back of the machine. I've moved it inside the cabinet. It doesn't make any difference in operation, but it saves me about this much at the back of the machine. So I could just fit the machine on the cabinet. It does work very well, the fan. It's a really high RPM fan, so that's a real benefit. The fan of the laser itself, this one is automatically turned on and off, and I really appreciate that. Some machines have, maybe the little less expensive ones, when you turn it on, the fan kicks in and it remains on, so it's pretty annoying. This one is controlled automatically, so when the laser is not in use, it's turned off. When it's in use, it will turn on, so that's a nice feature. Also, I like the fact that this safety cover is magnetically attached, so you can remove it for easy positioning. It's got end stops which are optical, so that's also very nice to have. As you can see, they work very well. It will give me an arrow light when I touch the end stop. What more? You can easily attach a camera if you want to for LightBurn. There's a little badge which is magnetically attached. You can remove and then screw on a camera. So that's easy if you want to expand that. One thing I think that can be improved, and I also discussed this with TOOCAA already, is this machine has got, you need one power socket for the air assist pump, one power socket for the exhaust fan, and one power socket for the machine itself. Whereas some other machines like this one, they are all connected to the machine, so you need one power socket, and the air assist pump and the fan are controlled via the machine. I told them this, and they said that they would pass it to their R&D department. So they really want to change this for future models and listen to their users. So I really appreciate that. I think it's good when a company listens to their users, and it can only improve the product and also make it better for the users to operate the machine. So yeah, very good TOOCAA that you are listening to your users. What more? Again, it's a well-built machine. I like it very much, so no complaints at the moment. I will use it the coming weeks and days, maybe even months, to see how it handles on the long term, and I will let you know if I find anything which I don't like, or maybe something new that I do like. Oh, one thing is also nice. There is this little tool is included. Not sure if you can see it. No, it's a step down guide. So there's a little handle on the laser itself for the focus. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a flip down handle. So you can flip it down and then you can set the focus. So that's very easy. But if you have thicker material, you can add this one, and then you can set the laser specifically for thicker materials. So that's nice to have. This is also magnetically attached. It's got two magnets, and you can put it on the side of the machine. So it clips on, and that's real nice. So you will not lose it. You can just clip it on the machine. For now, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to create this one again, I will put a link in the description. If you have any questions about the machine or maybe other machines I'm using, just let me know in the description, in the comment section, and I will always try to answer them. For now, I think I will leave it at this. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.